Speaking of Adamson, let's see how happy they were after set number 1 and the adjustments that will be made here in set number 2 as we listen to Nico Ramos.
Eric and Mosey, it's not a case of counting her eggs before they've hatched. Think of it as a case of covering all her bases, as Mami Dulce told her team that if they're going to get a lead and if they're going to win a set in this game, they better win it big, because she's thinking ahead, knowing that the tight race for that 4th spot this season might come down to quotient points. So she said that natalo tayo ng dalawang magkasunod, kailangan nating bumawi with points. She also told her team, nice performance of first set, pero kailangan natin magtrabaho. Parang hindi man pinawisan yung iba sa inyo. She's also going to look to dig into her bench this game to rotate some of the players, as with any team in the UAAP. A lot of them have been nursing some bumps and bruises, so they're looking to keep a whole lot of their players fresh looking ahead. Guys?
Thanks, Nico. That's one of the reasons why you see Ortega on the floor instead of Zapata, still nursing that ankle mid-deep. Error on the hit for touches against Adamson. And Coach Dulce Mante, aware ng mga quotient natin because she knows.
Yung ngayon pala, that is
Digit na digit ang NU sa kanila. Adamson is 5 and 4, NU is 4 and 6. So just a couple of wins for NU, and it might boil down to yun nga, gano'ng kalaki lamang mo against the other team as they fight for that 4th spot in the Final 4.
Yun ang mga little things na dapat talaga tama si Coach Balon. Iniisip na ng coaches at this point in the tournament. Kasi nga very close, very tight yung 4th spot. And that's why it's Zapata not having that elevation. Mukhang hurting pa siya coming into this ball game.
Now let's check in with Eric.
Earlier, you guys were mentioning that the Lady Warriors are lacking in communication, and that is exactly what Coach Vandy said in her last huddle, saying that it's as if they're not all from one team. So for this set, the Lady Warriors were really expected to talk to one another, especially to the setter, to be able to take the Lady Falcons by surprise when the ball is sent across the court. Meanwhile, one thing though that Coach Vandy wants to see less on is for the girls being too dependent on coverage. So these Lady Warriors really need to take charge and take responsibility, especially when it comes to their positions on the court. And judging from the girls' response, they are all determined to turn things around and bring home victory after today's game when they are all screaming "Babawi tayo" in that last huddle. Eric and Mosey.
Thanks, Aaron. Well, up until here in set number 2 in the early goings, you see UE struggling to get their offense on because of poor first touches, but that time around, nakabawas sila. As again, Kike Rosales being wise at the net instead of powering it through. Ginapik na lang.
She went for a full swing. So ikaw yun, blocker no, kala mo, palong malakas yun. And yun, last minute, opting for the tip. And kanina no, si Coach Vanji mentioned about heart. Sayang lang talaga walang tapes yung mga dating laro. You should have seen them play. Yan yung mga, sila Telma Marina, sila Josie Vasquez. Yan yung mga players, pag nakita mo Arlene Apostol and the rest, Chay Arceo. Pag nakita mo yung sanang naglaro yan before. All heart naman to, malignan. Yung skills na doon. Pero we really appreciate kasi laban lang. Kahit mas malalaki yung kalaban. That's why ito si Coach Vanji, actually, sa mga nakakausap ng veteran players of Bihar, yun ang sinasabi nila. Yung mga players na yun probably relying on better skills. Ako naman, yun naman, because of better training. Bravo!
Slowly becoming the crowd favorite every time she's on the attack.
Well, today she is the crowd favorite. You can hear the people here in the arena cheer for her.
Nothing going right for UE as Adamson takes a 2-point advantage in set number 2, 8-6.